That's the jar of names. It's always a jar of names. I don't know why I asked that question because, well, I didn't ask a question today, but I usually ask a question. Anyway, I've got a name. So this video is for everyone, including but not excluded to Wolfle, who is recently back because he or she graduated from college and she got a lot of he or she, I'm not sure if it's he or she, has a lot of catching up to do. Anyway, right, so that was the jar of names. I'm going to start my cup of tea because this is a cup of tea podcast, so it would not be a cup of tea podcast if it did not have a cup of tea. It's got the podcasty bit, but it's not got the cup of tea bit, but now it has. I forgot I made it a while ago, so it's alright now. It's not really hot, so I can drink it. Anyway, welcome to May. It's still Magic May. It's continuing. Pretty much all of the Magic videos are done now, though. Like the Harry Potter treats was the last one. And the next one is magical in the sense where it's got... well, it's not magical, actually, because it's a sibling rivalry, but it's not got anything to do with magic. But it is magic. It's magic in my eyes. In fact, am I looking at the right piece of paper? I'm not even looking at the right piece of paper. I'm looking at last week's. There we go. This is this week's. Right. Yes. So, if you want to skip ahead in this episode, where you can get to the book club, you can also get to my topic where I talk about Witcher 3 and Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which I totally forgot about. We also have the question you can skip to. You also have the comment, this week's comment, and you can also skip to the goal of the week as well, but that's the first comment if you want to go down to that. Right, so shall we begin with what pictures we've got for today? We have Melting Chocolate, Licorice Wands, Chocolate Frog, Harry Potter Treats, Butterbeer, Old Bridge, Fire Pit, The Flames, and Nighttime Fire Pit. Yes, because barbecue and stuff, so we had the fire out, took pictures of that. Bridge pictures from earlier on in the week, and the rest are for the video we did at the weekend. Right, yes, that's that done. The names of this week's videos then. So let's get into the actual meaty bit then. So, last week, what did we have? We had a Cup of Tea podcast, episode 41, 11th of the 5th, 2015, Harvest Moon, Back to Nature, episode 19, The Warrior Who Clucked, Old World, New and Tasty, episode 7, Abe and Elam Ride Again, Harvest Moon, Back to Nature, episode 20, Horror's Chicken Phoenix, Old World, New and Tasty, episode 8, Dangle the Muddakin in Front of the Scrab, Harvest Moon, Back to Nature, episode 21, This is the Bee Squad to Hive, and Try Cooking Something, episode 5, Harry Potter Treats. Right, and what have we got this week? Today, on Monday, we have a Cup of Tea podcast, episode 42, 18th of the 5th, 2015, which is this. Later today, we have Harvest Moon, Back to Nature, episode 22, Sheep Armies, Tomato Port. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have Odd World, New and Tasty, episode 9, Flocking Fledglings. And then Wednesday, we have Harvest Moon, Back to Nature, episode 23, Dragon Lord 55511's Chicken Sir Drake. And on Thursday, we have Odd World, New and Tasty, episode 10, Officer Sliggy and Sloggy. Friday, we have episode 24, it's Harvest Moon, Back to Nature, episode 24, The Artist Cat, and we have a Try Something video on the weekend, which is a sibling rivalry, which I already gave away, but we won't. I will let you know the hint at the end of the video. Right, that's that done. Let's get on to the update. So what have we got going on this week? Well, still planning quarter 2. We'll talk more about that towards the end, because that was one of the goals of the week. And, right, so this week should be, next week should be the last Oddworld New and Tasty, because I get quite far this week in Oddworld. So it looks like next week will be the last 2 episodes, which means the week after that we will begin our new Let's Play, which I will tell you because it's part of the scheduled, every third game or so it's going to be obviously Assassin's Creed. So it means Assassin's Creed Brotherhood will start and Oddworld finishes, because that will be the next one that finishes. And obviously Harvest Moon's going on for a while, so expect to have stuck with, expect that to stay for a while, I suppose I could say. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. But yeah, that should be finishing, not next week, but the week after. Next week should be the last. So the week after that will be when it starts, yes. But it will be Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, just so you know. In case you were wondering, because I know some people do. Right, that piece of paper done. Can I go on to the next one? I think I can. Right, so now on to the meaty bits. The bit that's probably going to take up the most of this episode for this week. We have the topic. Oh, right, so tomorrow The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt should come out in at least the UK. I'm not sure about everywhere else, but it should come out in the UK on Tuesday. So it should be really good. I'm not obviously going to get it straight away because I'm still playing Skyrim and my whole rules for Skyrim and stuff. For those of you who don't know, actually, I suppose I'll more elaborate about what I'm going to be doing. My probably games that I'm probably going to play is going to be obviously finish Skyrim first, which I am still playing, which is one another goal of the week we'll talk about at the end. And then I'm going to gorge myself on all the Assassin's Creed games which I haven't played, which will be... I might start from the beginning anyway, just to refresh my memory, but then I'll play them. And then what I'm probably going to do is go over to Witcher, because I like The Witcher. Obviously, I'm reading the book as well, so I would like to probably play them, go back to the first one, do the second, and then go on to the third. So, yeah, I'll play it eventually. And I think I can do videos of that. I'm not sure if I will, though. That'll be a different tale to tell. But yes, and that's pretty much all I'm going to say. It's not that much about Witcher 3, but something I did want to talk about is Assassin's Creed Syndicate. It was announced last Tuesday, nearly a week ago. It was this big event where they had some gameplay and they had a trailer and everything. I wanted to look at the trailer, the gameplay, sorry, but that was 9 minutes long. So I think what I'm going to do instead is in this, we're going to go through the trailer. I'm just going to sort of call off what I see, just to sort of give a glimpse of what is happening. I am quite excited for it. I'm now going to watch the Assassin's Creed Syndicate debut trailer, so if you want to load that up in another tab, and then we shall watch it. So if we pause the video, set it up, and then in 3, 2, 1, press play, and then we'll obviously be able to watch it while I'm talking about it as well. So 3, 2, 1, play. That's good. Yeah. Right, first thing first, top hat. The Kuriki, or whatever it's called, steam train. So Kuriki is like that knife thing. Steam trains, obviously, mode of transport, because we're in Victorian London, 1868. We've got steam power boats and stuff. It's fantastic. Big Ben's there as well, and Palace of Westminster. Is that St Paul's Cathedral, maybe? More steam trains in a steam train factory. I saw the Union Jack and everything. We're in a pub. There's Queen Victoria. They're in the slums with people. What else we got? Steer Cole, the fundamentals of the British Empire. A guy with a butcher who looks like a big meaty butcher. And there's our person who I forget his first name, but it's Faye. I know his second name's Faye. Fry, sorry. Where he's got his top hat. And his Kuriki, or whatever it's called. And again, more steam trains. I've so much seen that bit. It's cool where you actually take the hat off and put your hood up, but I don't know where he puts the hat. He's pushing people off trains, which looks amazing. Jumping onto a boat. Is that a moving boat? It's probably not a moving boat. Oh, yes, and the new grappling hook thing. That's quite cool. Big Ben again. Oh, he's on Big Ben, actually. He was on Big Ben. Fight Club. First World Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. Alright, what else we got now? Carriages, that's a new thing, but they look like... They'll probably be the same controlled thing as they were in Assassin's Creed 2, which wasn't the best, but oh well. What was that? What was that building? I missed that building. Obviously, this is my homeland. This is United Kingdom. Running down a zip line, which is cool. Similar to Revelations with the hook blade. Brawls. Oh, knuckle dusters. They look cool. He's putting his hat back on. Classy. Oh yes, and a big fight at the end. Oh, and Abbott's thing at the end is quite cool. Yeah. Well, there we go. Sorry, I was looking for the trailer. I probably should have said something about you watch the trailer as well. What I'll do is I'll add a little bit in now. So if I just go away for a second, and I will resume in a second. So I just added a little bit before that bit that I just did, so you can watch it as well. But yeah, it looks quite good. Now, there was that building I wanted to look at. There was a building I missed. So obviously I'm from Britain, so I know some of this. I know some of this stuff. But there's a building I saw that looks vaguely familiar, and I'm trying to think what it was. It might have been the Palace of Westminster, actually. Where was it? Skipping ahead. I can't find it. No, we'll leave it then. Yeah, but the thing I wanted to mention at the end was the gang brawls. After you take over a territory, you have to end it with, like, instead of fighting like a Borgia, what's they called, a Borgia general. Instead of doing that, you have to defeat them because it's like a big gang fight. It's like that's what I like about the new trailer. It looks like it's more gritty and like, you know, punching people in the face with no questions, that sort of thing. Like I like that sort of dark, sort of dirty feel, I suppose, what it is, because I know it is Victorian London, so there's obviously lots of smog in the air and smoke and all that sort of stuff. So it's a nice fitting sort of for the era, which I'm excited about. I love the logo as well. It's like metallic metal sort of joined together. But yeah, it looks like a good game. It's Assassin's Creed, so probably gonna like it. It looks like Assassin's Creed. There's nothing sort of new, sort of separated from the rest, I guess. I mean, there's obviously a few new features, but no, it's probably going to seem the same old Assassin's Creed, which is I don't feel bad about that. I like that. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Oh, now there was something in the gameplay trailer. This is why I wanted to see the gameplay trailer. How long will we be going for? We won't go for too long. 9 minutes. Okay, so I'll quickly talk about the gameplay trailer, but only quickly. In the gameplay trailer, there's a guy called something Green. I forget what they called him, but he is an Indian assassin, judging from his garb and his. 1 second. Judging from his garb and basically just general demeanour. But I've recently got the Assassin's Creed Brahma comic, which is set in India, where it's about the Abstergo Brahma device, which is like a VR thing to try and view past lives. But it's pretty much an animus. It's like a household animus. And they find out about an old assassin who was called something I can't remember. Arbaz Mir, who was an Indian assassin. So perhaps, and I think maybe he's going to be the assassin in Assassin's Creed Chronicles India, which is set in 18 something. I think that. Oh, sorry. In that I can't remember what they designed. What year it was set. I think it was around about the same time. The early 18s, I think. 19th century. Was it 19th century? Or was it 18th century? It's 19th century. Yes, it is, because one of the main guys was born in 1799, so it would have been set right like the beginning of the 1800s. It's not. It's the one before, so it's the 1900s. So it's the beginning of the 1900s where they were sort of set, and obviously this is set towards the end of that. So perhaps this is a descendant of that. Well, actually, did he survive? I think he survived. So it might be him. He looks a bit young to be him, though. Yeah, so this might be the guy from the comics, his son or relative or co-worker. So it might be something... no, it can't be Arbaz Mir's son or whatever, because he's called Green, isn't he? But perhaps he knows this Arbaz Mir, who was the star of Assassin's Creed Brawlhalla, which I've just read. But yes, that's quite interesting. That's all I want to say about that then. Right, let's get on with this stuff then. I think that's done about that. So book club. Book club, we're still reading... I just picked it up. George R.R. Martin's A Storm of Swords, Book 2, or Part 2, Blood and Gold, which is obviously Storm of Swords. Yeah, it's quite good. I'm getting through it quite fast, actually. I've sort of, what was it? From The Witcher, I've sort of got my hook on reading again, where I've started to read a lot. I'm over halfway now, which is fantastic. And what I'm really liking about it at the moment is that they're doing the big moments like the purple wedding and the red wedding, where they do different viewpoint characters. But they do them. So, say for example, I've just read a Tyrion chapter. Which is about, obviously, his trial, Tyrion's trial. And then I've just finished reading the chapter after that, which was about Jaime Lannister, who is obviously still in the same place. He's in King's Landing in the Red Keep and stuff, so it's sort of all linked together. That's not a very good example, because those chapters aren't linked, but they are roughly linked. But obviously, I like how they do that, where they're doing the same sort of storyline, but they're jumping between the characters and the different viewpoint chapters, so it feels... I don't know, longer or something, but it's quite good. I like that, but yeah, I'm enjoying that. Also, a few changes from the TV series as well, I suppose it was changes from the books originally, but changes from the TV series from what I've seen, where Jaime doesn't actually go to talk to Tyrion in the Tills, in the cells, although he still has time, but I don't think he will, because the Red Viper has already gone to talk to him, and I remember that being after the Jaime scene, but yeah, that's not too bad. That's quite a good book. I'm enjoying it. Right, okay, so go on to community. I also mentioned Monday. These are the people that commented on last week's videos. Who do we have? We have, if I can find them. Here we are. We have Mr. Big White 661199, Dragon Lord 55511, A Box of Kittens 77, Mr. Dominic 98, Horrier, Nick Pro, Mr. Laughing Corpse 2, Eli Gannon, That Horse 2, and Wolful, who was this week's Jar of Names name. Makes sense, doesn't it? Yes, alright, so thank you for commenting. If you want to get in next week's Monday or in the Jar of Names, then simply place a comment on this week's videos, probably before Sunday, because that's when I do the podcast. Right, what have we got? Next is the Q&A. We have lots of questions this week. We have Mr. Big White 661199 asks, have you ever played any of the COD games or the Halo games? He is not a big fan of either, but he did really enjoy Black Ops 2. I have played little bits of Black Ops, of other co-op, of COD. Obviously, it's not my type of game. It's a first-person shooter, and I don't really like first-person shooters, so I've never really played them properly. But yes, I have played a few of that. And Halo, I've played through all of 2 because I like the story, but I don't really like the gameplay because it's a first-person shooter. But yeah, I do really like the story of Halo, and so I did sort of force my way through the gameplay of number 2, but that's all I played. Yes, what's the next one? Dragonold 55511. It says, hello, Sir JDTwoSixTwo. I have a question and yet another riddle for you. Question, have you seen the Ridley Scott version of Robin Hood with Russell Crowe? And if you have, what did you think of it? I have. I can't really remember much about it because I don't think it was very good, probably. All I remember it was him saying, an Englishman's home is his castle, in his very bad English accent. And I remember did it not end on, like, say, for example, all the other, what's it called, films, the Robin Hood films, where it sort of ends where King Richard returns, where, if I'm not mistaken, did the Ridley Scott one, that not happen? Like, they sort of stopped it halfway through his tale or something like that. I seem to remember that being part of it, but no, I have seen it, but yeah, I wasn't a big fan, I don't remember much of it. And the riddle is, what can be swallowed but can swallow you? Hint, this is one of the 7 deadly sins. This is a good one. I'm trying to think. I don't think it's gluttony. I think gluttony is the obvious one, but it's not that. Because you don't really swallow gluttony. You eat things which you do swallow, but that's not. You don't swallow gluttony. And gluttony can't really swallow you, so not really that, I don't think. I'm thinking maybe it's something like pride. Like, swallow your pride. Is pride. I'm going with pride. Because it's that saying where you say, "Oh, swallow your pride." You can be consumed by pride, so maybe that's what it means by it can swallow you. Like pride can swallow you, sort of thing. Maybe no, I don't know that. No, I'm gonna go with pride because I think it's probably the best one, but I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna go with pride anyway. Anyway, next one is Eli Gannon. He says, "JD, have you seen the trailer for Legends of Tomorrow? If not, look it up. It's amazing." I have seen it. Yeah, I quite like the look of it. I like the White Canary, but I don't know how I feel about the giant boot of the giant robot or the lasers. I feel it feels a bit weird personally. I think maybe it's because they haven't finished the actual like proper series yet, so they haven't sort of fully rendered. I say fully rendered, but you know what I mean. Like it's not the finished final product yet. It's like alpha footage. So maybe it'll look a lot better by the end, but we'll see. We will see. But yeah, at the moment, I'm not too fond of that little bit. But yes, I do like the look of it. It looks quite good, and I obviously will watch it. Nick Pro says, do you know FNAF? And if so, what do you think about it? I believe you're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. I know it's called Five Nights at Freddy's, but I've never heard of it, never seen it. I have heard of it, so I have heard of it, but I've never seen it. I don't even know what it's about. I assume it's a horror genre that's like an episodic thing. But I've honestly, apart from that, I know nothing about it. So sorry about that. What else we got? Questions next? No, subscribers. This week's subscriber is Them Gaming Twins. So welcome to the community. Community, because there's tea. There's a company tea in a podcast. Yay. What else we got? Questions. Right, last week's question, I have no idea what it was. I can't remember. Nobody answered anyway, so it must supposed to be that good. Yes, but this week's is about animal adoption and Harvest Moon. I need to get names for cows. We have a few at the moment, but if you would like a name of a cow, please let me know what you would like to call your cow. It has to be within 8 characters long, so you can't go like a, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious cow sort of thing. It has to be within 8 characters, or 7. I think it's 8. Yes, if you've already got a cow name that you know I have written down, you can have 2. But obviously, if someone else has asked for one and they haven't had one, they will take priority over your second name. Sorry, but yeah, just so you know, you can. If no one else wanted a cow and you were the only one that had names, you could technically have all 10. Although I would want one, so yeah, you could technically have all 10 if that was the case. But yeah, so yes, let me know what you want your cow to be called, and I will add it to the list. Right, this week's comment is more about what it is about rather than what the actual comment is. But Mr. Domic98 says, also just a heads up, there's this weird channel that has been re-uploading all of your videos. It's called Cutler Mika, and there's the link there. They actually have. This Cutler Mika has been uploading my videos, not really claiming they're his, but obviously or hers. But obviously uploading them does sort of say they claimed it as theirs, but I have no idea why. The last one was uploaded a week ago, and they sort of uploaded quite a lot in 2 days, I think it was, but it was quite amazing. But yeah, I have no idea why they're doing this, but I don't know why you would do it, to be fair. But yes, I actually feel quite honoured. I don't know why. It's like that sort of ego sort of thing, isn't it? Where someone else wants to try and be you, but sure, do it. I don't know why you are, but yeah. Obviously, it doesn't really bother me much because I am the real JD262, and I can make a video talking about that, and I can do something before they do it, claiming it's mine, then theirs. Because obviously I will do it first, they can't. So it doesn't really bother me that much. But yeah, just so you know, yeah, there is this person called Cutler Mika. The evil Cutler. My arch nemesis. He's been posing as me, been trying to be me. It's weird. Yeah. It just seems really weird because I've seen one of these pictures. It's a sibling rivalry one. Episode 3. Well, I can see my arm, and it's quite weird that someone else has uploaded that. But yeah, that's out there. I thought that was quite funny. But thank you, Cutler Mika. Maybe. And thank you, Mr. Domic98, for letting me know how you found it, though. That's quite unusual. Right, what else have we got? I think that's about it, isn't it? No, birthdays. If you have a birthday, let me know what your birthday is, and I will wish you a happy birthday when it comes to your birthday. But if you don't let me know, I can't wish you a happy birthday. So let me know in advance. Like, if you let me know now, I'll be able to add it. But that is that done. So, outro time now. This is this week done. So, what was last week's goals? They were pretty good, I think, because I think I did them. They were to plan quarter 2, which I am doing. I've nearly finished planning the biggest episode, which is the biggest video, which is in 2 weeks' time. That's a big one. I've pretty much finished that. I just need to sort of tidy it up a little bit. And then I've just got a straight finish till the end now with all the rest of them, which will be quite easy to do, I think. So quarter 2 is nearly finished, and then obviously next month I'll have to start planning quarter 3. But then I've got so much other stuff to do as well. I just need to hurry up and get all this stuff done so I can carry on and be normal. But yeah, that's happening. So that goal was completed, I suppose. What else will we do? Start uploading videos at 6 till 7. Not doing very well on that, actually. Sometimes I fall asleep and I forget to do it, or I'm busy doing something else, so it's quite hard to do that. So I might change that goal. I might stop it for this week and just try and think of another one, a different time maybe to put them out on, but I'm not sure which time. So I suppose another question for you is, when would you like to sort of see these videos? In the morning, in the afternoon, at night time? Obviously it changes with different time zones, but let me know. What was the other one? Is to play Skyrim. I am doing that. I'm actually playing it sort of right now. I'm listening. I've got my headphones on. It's sort of my headphones are connected to my computer and to my TV, so I can sort of hear my the Skyrim music. Where am I right now? I'm playing it right just now. At the moment, I'm at the. I'm sort of looking around at all the locations, and I'm in Falkreath. Is it Falkreath? It is Falkreath. It is Falkreath, yes. And I'm at the location where it's the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. I'm at the door, where if I click on the door, it says, "What is the music of life?" You know, the big skull with the giant red hand on top of his head. Yeah, I'm there at the moment. And I know what the answer is. The answer is silence, my brother. But I don't have that option, because I haven't got far enough into the quests, because I'm doing locations first. Yes, and now I'm standing in the Black Lake, where Shadowmere comes out. Yay! And my friend Kajaga is there. Hello, Catman. You look weird with your dragon plate helmet on. Right, okay, but yeah, that's where I am in Skyrim. Still playing. That's goal complete. So next week's goal, continue to play Skyrim, make sure I keep playing it so I get towards the end. Not going to do the upload by a certain time. So let's go. I would like to say I want to finish quarter 2 by next week. I know I've got to start trying to catch it. I do that big video I'm planning on doing, so I've got to try and start making stuff for that soon. But no, do you know what? Stuff it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to push myself out there. I'm going to say by next week I want to have finished planning quarter 2. That's a big one. Probably will not happen. Just letting you know. But let's see if we can do it. That is my goal for this week. Play Skyrim and to finish quarter 2, which is probably not going to happen. But that is what I'm saying. I put it down in stone. This video is too long. I apologise. But Assassin's Creed, it was big and exciting, and I'm talking about goals still. Right, so hints. Last week's hint, what was it? It was, they only have one good jump to begin with, which was chocolate frogs, because that was the quote from the Harry Potter film. This one, you know it's going to be a sibling rivalry. But this week's goal hint is Mr. Wolf. So try to decipher that if you will. Right, that is that done. I'm now going to finish my cup of tea. And I will say goodbye. And what film? I want adventure in the great wide somewhere. I want it more than I can tell.